This is the Business of Leadership Series Minute with your host, the best-selling author of Don't Buy a Duck and founder of MarketingStrategyHero.com, Darrah Champagne.
Tell us kind of your path that you took, because it did not go the way you expected it, but it actually became an opportunity for you.
And so I'm looking around being like, well, gosh, I studied these things because I enjoyed them and I got to learn about people and what makes them tick and just study stuff that made me feel like I was growing, which I have always believed was most important. But when I then thought about, well, I'm about to go into this world and I need to make money, what does that look like by way of a career? So I started doing what I think most advice tells you, which is do the thing you're passionate about. And when I was 22, the only thing I knew I was passionate about was fashion. So cheesy, but it was true. So I ended up, fortunately, going through a string of connections, sort of not by total purpose, but basically I worked at a boutique in college. The owner became like my second mom, and she took me on a lot of her buying trips. And one of the companies that we would buy from on the wholesale side happened to remember me and reached out to her and said, hey, I know Darrah's graduating soon. Does she have a job? And I was so fortunate that all these things came together. But I think that's exactly like you were alluding to, what happens in life, that you do your best, you put yourself out there. You don't have to always understand where the dots are going to connect, but you follow the current and let that take you a bit, with some intention, of course. And I said yes, because I thought, okay, they offered me a job selling a wholesale jean brand in the Southeast. So I got to stay in Atlanta. I got to work kind of independently. I got to be on the road a lot. So I thought, two things I love: travel and people. Three: travel, people, and fashion. But the fast forward Cliff Notes here is I spent about 18 months doing it. And within my first 12 months, I hit a 3-year sales goal. Actually, it was 10 months. So it was $1 million they wanted me to sell in 3 years, hit it. Then I spent the next, 9 or so months just feeling like I had completely maxed out what I was doing there and wasn't learning or growing. And there were a lot of other issues. And I realized this thing that I thought I really loved, fashion, it was actually getting ruined by this work experience, because I was on the road in my car by myself in sub-tier cities, in 2-star walk-up motels and hotels, eating at Carrabba's alone. And it just wasn't this glamour experience as a 22, 23-year-old in the fashion industry. And I just kind of had this awakening moment of, oh my gosh, just because the job title is sexy or because it's this thing that I'm passionate about doesn't mean I should do it for a living and get paid to do it.
Darrah Champagne here. So many exciting things happening in 2019. Join us. Visit DarrahChampagne.com.